Hello, this is Holly Page. Recently I talked to Ashley Theobroma Cacao about her pregnancy on entirely raw foods. We see Ash regularly. She's looking great and the baby is growing well without her gaining any excess weight. Although we do know other mothers who have had a comparable experience, and here I feel the need to apologise that I didn't acknowledge that in this interview. Ash is the first lady we know of personally who is up for documenting her journey. She'll soon have a website up where you can follow her blog, and she gives the name of the website in this interview. Ash makes everything seem so simple, and as I've got to know her, I've concluded this is because she ignores dramas and just carries on with living her life in the most enjoyable way possible. She's got the loving support of father of her baby, Graham, who has extensive and detailed knowledge of nutrition and a deep connection to his growing baby. Together, the three of them, mother, father and baby, are a great inspiration for those of us in any circumstances who want to live a more natural lifestyle. Ash, hello, how are you doing?
Hello, I'm absolutely fine. How are you?
Great, and you always seem to be, you're always doing great.
Yeah.
Always are. So you're such an inspiration, and we wanted to do a talk about we wanted to do a talk with you for ages, and I'm hoping we do these interviews regularly over the next few weeks. Because I don't know whether the listeners know, but you're now 7 months pregnant.
Yes.
And you've been maintaining a pregnancy with entirely raw food. Is that right?
Yes, that's correct.
And listeners might not realise how unusual that is, because many women who are eating a raw food diet. And this is no criticism. When they fall pregnant, they're finding they're needing to reach out for other foods, and their previous diet isn't satisfying them, and they're not necessarily finding a way to meet the cravings or desires they've got when they're pregnant out of raw foods. But you've managed to do this, and I know you've got expert guidance on hand from Graham there.
Yeah.
Also, you're extremely intuitive and extremely maternal person, so I think that's got a lot to do with it as well. So somehow the combination of the two of you, is that fair to say?
Yes, that is. Yeah, that's absolutely right. Yeah.
So would you mind telling us a little bit, first of all, about what's going on right now and what your diet is right now?
Yeah, of course. Well, right now, Holly, it's a case of my fat intake's increased. I'm eating more olives, more avocados. I'm still on my chocolate elixirs, which I have every morning, which is, cacao paste, cacao butter. I have the Shilajit, which completely changed my life, as well as the pregnancy.
I remember when that happened, and you said when you were taking that, your baby was suddenly moving much more vigorously.
Yeah, that's right. Well, I started taking it in the second trimester, and I took one spoonful, and within 2 hours, I actually felt the baby moving for the first time.
Oh, right, yes, I remember. Yes.
Yeah,
it's incredible substance, isn't it? I mean, I feel of it, but yeah, that's interesting what it does for the baby.
Definitely. And I mean, I've had it. I don't have it every day now, which I did previously, but I would say every other day I will have a spoonful of Shilajit or have it in my chocolate drinks. but really it's a fat intake at the moment. I mean, I'm 30 weeks on Friday, so the baby's really building
Yeah.
its fat now, so
Yeah. So, and
I'm
you're
craving the olives and things, yeah.
at the beginning. I remember you were saying you didn't really need to eat that much. Is that right?
No, that's right, yeah. My first and second trimester, in all honesty, Holly, was fruit and one meal a day. That's all I was having, and I was satisfied, and baby was growing well. I felt healthy. I didn't have any morning sickness, no tiredness,
Wow.
none of the, your usual symptoms as what
Yeah.
women have out there. I never had anything like that. It was just a case of making sure I was eating what the baby and what my body required.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was one meal a day.
So what's in that one meal?
Well, it was either a green salad, which had red peppers, tomatoes, avocado, and then maybe a nice garlic dressing or spicy dressing, because for my constitution, I do well with spice. And I've noticed as well that when I started eating spice, that also I would feel the baby move as well. So I thought, my intuition told us that yes, it's working, the spice is working.
Yeah.
It would also consist of fermented foods, which I would add a lot of them into my diet, and I'd feel energized off them.
Which fermented foods were you using mainly?
It was the food for consciousness ones. It was the salsa one, really. That was the main one because of the spice.
You like the spicy vegetables?
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, yes, definitely. Yeah.
So what about any animal products? Were you having any animal products in the early stages? And are you now?
I'm not now. It was about 25 weeks of pregnancy. I had the kefir. I started eating the raw dairy kefir.
Yeah.
And then I did start and drink raw cow's Jersey milk.
Yeah.
And eat the raw cheese.
Yeah.
It was predominantly goat's cheese which I ate because that was just what I preferred at the time.
Yeah.
And I've had them for really right the way up until recently, where now I'm off the dairy completely. Just I don't feel the need for it. I think my body's saturated in it.
So that's just how you feel. You just don't feel like it.
Yeah, at the moment, yeah, I just feel like my body doesn't need it at the moment because I've been getting these, which I've never had before, but pregnancy's taught us a lot about listening to your own body. And if I ever feel a real need for something, then I'll just have it because I think, well, it's what my body or the baby needs, so I said I'll just have it.
Yeah.
But at this precise moment in time, I feel that I don't need the dairy at this moment.
Yeah. And what about the fish? You were having fish oil for a little bit as well, weren't you?
I was, yes. That was about 3 weeks ago now. I was being drawn to fish.
Yeah.
And I was thinking, I don't want to eat it because, it's contaminated and things, and it's fine to clean sauce. But then, well, Theobroma helped us with finding some fish oils that were chemical free, pharmaceutical grade, tested for all of the chemicals that were in them, and they were a clean product. So I started taking them for about 2 weeks and then finished the course of them and never really needed them again, but my brain function increased. I felt more energized, and I just thought it must have been the omegas that my body needed at that time.
But right now you're eating a salad a day, and
yes,
lots of fatty fruit basically.
I am, yes. Well, I'll have on a morning at the moment my typical daily diet would be on a morning I would either have a chocolate elixir, which would have all the herbs in and mishaga tea and things, with the cacao, and then I would maybe snap on some olives.
Yeah.
which I get. And then later on the day, it'll be either a green salad,
Yeah.
which is, I'll have a nice thick fatty dressing with either hemp seeds or avocado or
Yeah.
sesame seeds of some kind.
Yeah.
And maybe some homemade breads that I make, because I started to make breads and burgers and things, which are very fatty foods,
Yeah.
which I feel great on, you know.
Yeah. Made from seeds.
Yes, I have. Made from sunflower seeds.
Yeah.
Yeah, I have. So I've been eating things like that really, but predominantly my diet's been quite fatty at the moment.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting because I'm hoping that we do these talks till near when your baby's born, and
Yes.
and then restart afterwards, and just to sort of document how your diet changes.
Mhm.
And it also shows that how it's important to be open to not be dogmatic, to be open to eating in phases.
Yeah, exactly. Mhm.
Space could go on. We don't know how long the space could go on for, and then it might be something a bit different.
Well, yeah, exactly. I mean, I've got a funny story actually, Holly, because before I had the fish oils, we were actually heading down in our local town to get some liver for Theobroma's dog, and I was sitting staring at the liver, and I really felt this urge to just eat some liver,
Yeah,
and which I've never done. I mean, I've
yeah,
been vegetarian for over 8 years now, which I've never even looked at eating meat,
yeah.
and it was just this bag of liver just seemed so appetizing to us.
That's pregnancy for you.
Yeah, uh-huh.
People have worse things than that.
I know, but once I had the fish oils, that
Mm.
just disappeared.
Yeah, that's something I remember about being pregnant is you get these bizarre cravings, and sometimes you just have to get what you craved. But sometimes you could actually intelligently work out what it was.
Yeah. Mhm.
Classic case. I mean, this is a really sort of extreme one, but I remember craving. I saw some crisps, some beef crisps, and I wanted some beef crisps.
Uh-huh.
Worked out it was just that I wanted iron, which I wouldn't have got from the crisps, obviously.
Mhm.
Taste, my sense of taste and smell was being sort of slightly deceived there, but so I didn't have the crisps and got on an iron supplement, I think, and then the craving went.
Mhm.
So you can sometimes work out what it is, can't you? So
Oh
because
yeah, definitely. Mhm.
so we're surrounded by foods that sort of deceive us, in our culture. So so yeah. So anyway, so in the case of the liver, you sorted it all with the fish oil.
Yeah, I did. Yeah. Uh-huh. Yeah. Yeah. And
Sorry.
you go on.
Carry on. I want to hear what you've got to say. This is about your story with your pregnancy.
No, yeah, I was just gonna say that. Yeah, as soon as I had the fish oils, I only took 2 days worth, and that was it. Liver craving went,
Yeah.
and after that, all the meat that we got for our animal, really, I felt sick by it. So I thought, right, I don't need that anymore. So it was just,
Isn't it when you're pregnant? If you really want something, you have to have it.
yeah, exactly.
Something you really don't, you're really not going to have it.
Yeah.
So I think that kind of it's sort of it's a bit it's a sort of a it's quite an initiatory experience for a woman. I think if you sort of you can tune you into this sort of bodily awareness that can stay with you for the rest of your life, actually.
Oh, definitely.
Because you get taken over by it. Interesting that you didn't have any detox symptoms. I mean, well, I'm saying, detox symptoms. I mean, what are normally called symptoms of pregnancy, like morning sickness and tiredness. I've been convinced for many, many years it's a detox. It's a detoxification process that's triggered by becoming pregnant, and it's a good thing that happens. That the body wants to remove all toxins so they can carry the baby healthily and they're not going to the baby, but it's very unpleasant for the woman involved, so but you managed to avoid all that. I mean, I find myself with my pregnancies, I did have symptoms like that with my first child, but they became much less in later pregnancies. So the third and fourth one, it's hardly anything at all.
Mm-hmm.
When I was eating a predominantly raw diet, and I'd also had the benefit of detoxification from the first two pregnancies. Ideally, of course, it would be nice if we could get all that over before we even get pregnant, like you've done.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Best for the baby and best for the mum.
I mean, I can only say really, Holly, that the only time I did feel very nauseous and I was a little bit sick was when I was eating wild dandelion. I was picking out the garden and I was putting it all in all my meals. And I think I just overburdened my liver as well as
Oh,
the baby's liver
yeah.
because I was eating all this wild dandelion, which, as you know, is a detoxifier of the liver. And I think the baby's liver hadn't quite developed at the time, so obviously I was getting rid of it. So, but that was the only time, and then I stopped eating it, and then everything was fine again after that. So I knew it was just overburden, you know.
Well, it's great that we get the symptoms generally before the baby. I know there's some substances that can harm the baby without us being able to protect them, but generally it seems like the mum gets this sort of the whack of it before the baby does. Yes. And also I like the fact that it seems like the baby will get the nutrition first, and if it's a choice between the baby or the mum being malnourished, it seems to be the mum. Even though, of course, if you're really malnourished, the baby will be. But it's nice because as the mum, you get to experience the symptoms and you can sort it out.
Yeah, I mean, that's an interesting point as well, Holly, because I actually found out that the baby actually eats the mother. So it's because I never actually knew that. I thought, you know, it's the food that the mother's putting into the body and things, but I just found out that the baby actually eats the mother. So all my cravings and all my wants for certain types of food, I could actually start and understand why now, you know. It's just made it a lot more clearer finding that out.
Just because the baby's taking from you.
Yeah.
You're wanting things for you that have been taken. Isn't it great that it's that way around?
I know, it's amazing, yeah. Such a magical experience, and like I say to everybody, it's just an experience, pregnancy. It really opens you up to listening to your own body and just going with what your body needs. It's, you know, your body is your infinite wisdom, and it'll tell you exactly what it needs.
Yes. So, is there anything else you'd like to share with us at this point that might be on your mind that's really interesting?
Well, really, the only thing I can think of really is also drinking good water.
Right.
Because I mean, all the way through, well, I've been raw for 7 years, and I've always drank spring water, and as well all the way through pregnancy, I go and collect my own water, and it's all spring water.
Yeah.
And it's just the best fluid for the baby.
Yeah. I used to notice when I was pregnant that I mean, of course, it's always good to drink lots of water, but it was a way of, I think, when I was first pregnant and I had morning sickness, it was really drinking water that would alleviate it.
Yeah.
It seems to be even more important than it is when you're not pregnant to drink plenty of water. Because there's a lot of fluid involved in the process, isn't it? You're carrying a lot of fluid.
Oh yeah, definitely.
So that might be just about it for right now. I mean, as I'd really like to come back to this again, you know, in a week or two.
Yeah, that would be great. Yeah.
Pregnancy through. And see how you're doing after the birth as well.
Yeah,
so
definitely.
If it's reasonably short, then we'll be more inclined to follow it up.
Yes. No, that sounds absolutely great, Holly. I'm happy to get the word out there because, as you say, there's not many women who feel comfortable doing the raw food diet when pregnant, and I'm living proof that it can be done. You know, if you've got the right guidance and you listen to your body, it can be done.
But you are having very rich, dense nutrition, aren't you?
I am, yes.
I mean, you're not doing a pregnancy on a bit of fruit and salad, although on first hearing, someone might get that impression. In fact, you're getting a lot of rich superfoods, nutrients.
I am, yes.
In your smoothies. And, you know, you have had the benefit of raw animal products when you felt you needed them. And, you know, it's not been some flaky raw food diet, has it, by any means?
Oh no, definitely not. It's been very intuitive and just knowing that whatever my body needs is what I'm going to give it. So if I wanted the raw dairy, I would give it the raw dairy because it's for me and my child, you know.
So you haven't been doing it by a rule book, although you've managed to stay raw. You've not been doing that as a kind of dogma. You've been
No.
doing that because you like to do that.
Yes. Yeah, it's done really just on my own body's intuition, really.
Yeah.
That's how I've done it all the way through. And also I've had, I mean, Theobroma's help as well, which is a blessing really, because he's been guiding us.
Yeah, because he's tuned into it with you.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So together we've sorted out the nutritional aspect. Yeah.
Exactly.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and you're growing. You're growing.
Yeah, exactly.
It's for sure growing. I can tell listeners. I saw you a few days ago, didn't I? And it was like, for sure that baby's growing.
Oh yeah, it's grew more since last
Yeah.
time you saw us, Holly.
I can't imagine. And you look super healthy.
Thank you. I feel super healthy with it, you know, my energy. I go for walks every day and I just feel great on it.
Yeah, it's a kind of model pregnancy, isn't it? You're living in the countryside and you've got a very supportive part of your child, and but it's like life isn't always perfect, but you can still do these things, so I don't want that to be intimidating to anybody, because in some sense you've got such ideal circumstances, but you still have challenges in your life, don't you? It's not all perfect every minute.
Oh, of course, yes.
It's just this is probably doable by anybody who's got the right knowledge. Is that fair to say?
Yes, yeah, I agree with that.
So are you going to be setting up a website soon?
I am, yes. I'm going to set up a website and start doing some more blogs and things. I would like to do some blogs on really just raw food pregnancy, raw foods, all the different things I've been eating, getting out in nature, making sure you go for walks, you're drinking spring water or clean water, and just really getting the word out there, for women who maybe want to do it, or they're on the raw food diet and then they get pregnant and the panic. Because I've got to admit, Holly, when I first found out I was pregnant, which was August of last year, I was a little bit like, oh, can I do this raw? Is this possible? Will I be okay doing this? But as time's gone on, I can say, and you can thrive and you can do really well on it.
Yeah.
So I just want to get the word out there for other women.
Really, really want you to, as you know. Do you know what the name of your website's going to be yet? Yes,
I've got a name and it's going to be Earthly Birthing.
Oh, beautiful.
Yeah.
Oh, that's so beautiful. That's interesting.
Yeah, and it's just going to cover really about the nutrition, the getting out in nature, the connecting to your baby, listening to your body. It's just going to cover really the whole pregnancy experience.
You must do this.
Yeah.
I don't think anyone's doing exactly this slant on it. I really don't. There's some amazing women talking amazing things about the process of having children and what it entails, but I don't think anyone's doing this particular slant on it.
No. I haven't seen much on the internet and things.
And it's very beautiful and very timely. So I'm really excited about you getting that website up. Hint, hint, hint.
No, I'm on the case. I've got all the information what I need really. It's just finding a template and getting it all up and running. Yeah, and I'm going to start writing blogs.
Yes.
I've got a couple wrote already. They just need typing up. Write a few articles and just get the message out there,
And it's your living proof. It's the fact that you're doing it, living it, and and I hope I presume there'll be lots of photographs and
yes,
when the baby comes and that it's this picture speaks 1,000 words, more than 1,000 words.
Definitely. Well, I've been taking pictures of my stomach and my growth every 4 weeks. So I've got lots of pictures and I'm going to put them up in a gallery so everybody can see how the baby's being grown on the raw food diet.
Oh, wonderful.
Yeah.
I think this is a sort of documentary journey that's going to go on for quite a while, isn't it? Following your journey through all this and how you develop and how your child develops.
Yeah.
Well, congratulations, Ash, on doing such an amazing job, basically. And for now, I'll say thank you and speak to you again very, 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 very soon. This is Holly talking to Ashley. How do you like to be known at the moment?
Well, I'm Ashley Theobroma Cacao on Facebook and things, so you can just that. We'll keep it as that. Keep it for everybody to see.
Theobroma Cacao, thank you very, very much.
No problem, Holly. It's been a pleasure.
Speak to you soon.
Speak to you soon.